Alright, what's up guys? Welcome to PUMPTALK episode 4. It's just me and Liam today. We've had a guest on last week, obviously, as you guys would have seen, Morgs and Josh. The following week we got Mr. Krabs, so Taylor's jumping on. So we thought we'd just do a bit of a Q&A today, go over a few things. We got a few questions on the Instagram poll that we ran last night. So we're going to run through those, and then we've got the Quickfire 5 at the end as well. We have a few other topics we're going to touch on. So we're going to start with Josh. So Josh had 3 questions, so we'll break it into 3.
My man.
Here's the GOAT, man. So shout out to Josh real quick. He has a phenomenal physique.
Yeah. Very classic, my man.
Dude, he looks insane. So first question, when are you guys coming to Sydney?
Sydney. Sydney's a hell random one, bro. Where was Josh thinking of doing the whole, was that Queensland?
I think he was saying Queensland,
Yeah, alright.
I've got no reason to come to Sydney other than if we were to do a trip for those boys.
Yeah, it's like Josh and Torres and stuff like that.
Yeah. They would be sick collabing with them though.
Definitely would love to get there, but there's just not a whole lot of reason for me to get to Sydney anytime soon. I'm pretty sure I've got to be vaccinated to go to Sydney as well.
Yeah, you would be.
Yeah,
unless there's a fitness expo or something on.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know where they do them.
Yeah,
but
and I'm 100% not against vaccinations whatsoever. I just have not got it.
You just can't be fucked.
Yeah, just can't be fucked.
The reason why you said you're not getting vaccinated because James said that it slows down protein synthesis.
Yeah, for fucking like a week or something, bro. I was like, nah, man, I ain't doing
So he
that.
doesn't have the vaccine because he's scared it will slow down his rate of building muscle.
Yeah,
so
and it's also because if I don't want to have to like miss a pin on my delt. Like it just puts my whole rhythm out, bro. I just don't want to do
you're
that.
so regimented with what you're doing. But
know.
I guess if you travel and shit eventually.
Yeah, I'll just grab it when I need it.
Yeah. He also asked plans for the future with bodybuilding. So maybe you get into that.
Yeah, I'll get into that. So basically just IFBB Pro, bro. There's not a whole lot to it. I just want to keep on grinding until I get there. And then obviously it's a big call, but the Olympia one day would be the dream.
Yeah.
I just enjoy doing it. So I just plan on keeping on doing it until I'm hopefully making money off of it.
Yeah, it's elite.
You can venture into what you sort of made a post about this.
Yeah. So I was gonna for the past few years I've been saying, I'm gonna get into competing. I'm gonna compete in the IFBB and pursue that. And I always wanted to compete at a high level, try to get that pro card.
Yeah.
But then I came to a realization. I'm like, fuck. Right now, is this what I want to put all my effort into? Because at the moment, I'm going away on the weekends, I'm hanging out with friends, I'm eating out and doing different things.
Especially
I feel
you make money without bodybuilding anyway.
Yeah,
so it's
exactly.
A huge deal.
Yeah, I feel like if I was to go full into bodybuilding, I would need to kind of knuckle down a bit more.
Yeah.
And with what I'm doing, last night, I went and had burger and fries. And we go to the beach and I'm there all day.
Yeah.
And it's it's sometimes hard for me to have all my meals there. At this point in my life, I don't want to.
You don't want to drop everything and be 100% committed.
Nah. And I just think, if I didn't have anything else going for me, as in I wasn't doing my job or I didn't have a kind of career with what I'm doing at the moment, I would be like, fuck it, let's do it.
Yeah.
There's so much money to be made with that. But I think I've got a few things that I'm looking into now. Obviously, we've got the podcast, the personal training, the online coaching, and then I'm now into NFTs and stuff.
Yeah. You want to venture into that a bit? Talk us into a bit of trillionaire thug type shit, bro.
So up until about maybe 3 weeks ago, I didn't really have much clue.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people, they're like, what the fuck is an NFT? Yeah. And it's it's a picture. Why are people paying hundreds of thousands of dollars for for a JPEG?
Yeah.
But I think how I got my head around it was you're paying for a piece of information, and the value of that piece of information increases or decreases depending on demand, popularity of the project. And it's not necessarily just the picture you have, it's the project you're involved in, the utility behind what you're owning.
Yeah.
So I did a bit of research. I probably spent 8 or 9 hours a day researching for 2-3 weeks.
That was me on crypto 2 months ago.
Grinding, man. And I think it's worth it. I feel like I gained so much knowledge within a week, just because I went all at it. And it's a new passion of mine is obviously I'm involved in the fitness and doing all this stuff, but having something else is...
Yeah, it's good to have something on the side.
Yeah, it's a nice little hobby. So I've got a trillionaire thug, paid 0.6 Ethereum for that. So that was 2.2 or 2.5K. Within 2 days, it went up to 4 Ethereum. So I could have sold for 17.8K in 2 days.
Yeah.
It's since then gone back down because of the reveal. They reveal what everything looks like. If you don't have a rare, everyone gets butt hurt and sells.
Yeah.
Drops the floor price. Anyway, it's estimated to go right back up. So I'm going to hold for now.
What's the utility behind
a thug?
Yeah.
They've got so many plans in terms of their roadmap. So it's like you can use your thug in the metaverse in a play-to-earn game. So you are your thug in the game. So my thug's like this guy with got
the vape.
He's got a mullet and a vape and like gold chains and shit. But in the metaverse, I can play with this guy. The next thing that they're dropping is weapons. So I'll get a weapon for my thug, and it increases the rarity again if you get a good weapon. But they're really looking into like the rap game and trying to cater to that niche. It hasn't really been done before. So they've got like Soulja Boy on board, like Ben Simmons and a few basketball players, heaps of AFL rugby players. Yeah. So it's popping off at the moment. It's just for me, I'm just holding and waiting. But I think, I'm calling this now, in 6 months, I reckon at least 50k.
That's pretty nice.
Probably, yeah. And then when I think about it that way, I'm like, fuck, man, like, you do that a few times,
and you're making dollars.
Fucking 6 figures.
Yeah, have you looked into any other NFT projects?
Yeah, so there's a few I'm looking into. I'll just give you guys the names anyway, so there's a bit of leaked info. If you're watching, then you know what's good. Souls is one, which is like a quick cash grab, really. I'd get into it, and it's like an anime themed one, which looks super sick. But you'd grab that at mint, which would be like 0.1 Ethereum. You could probably sell it and make 5 to 10k in a day, just like that. Imaginary Friends is one that I was looking into, another, but they're all really, really big with huge social media following, so it's really hard to get a mint. So you need to be grinding the Discord, and it's a lot of hard work and a lot of time. But so now that I'm doing my clients in the morning, I'll come home midday,
you got the rest of the
and
day
it's like I've got all day to just like spend like 6 hours on Discord researching, watching interviews. So I think it's definitely something to look into. How's your crypto going?
Yeah, I'm sort of just a long term at the minute. I don't have enough time to like. Hey, there it is. The money crack. Have you had this flavor before?
Yeah, once. This is the new golden monster. Do you want to take the first sip?
I'll have a sip.
Liam's not going to have a full one because he'd fucking spew after his meal. It's a pineapple flavour. It's pretty elite in my opinion because it's not too overpowering.
Yeah, no, it is good. It's very good.
Yeah,
it's just not a white.
I don't think anything
would ever top the white. What flavour is the white?
Fuck, I don't even know if I say. It's like
a Whiz Fizz or something.
Yeah, it's Whiz Fizz lemonade.
Yeah, it's fucking hell weird.
But
the goat.
Yeah, but this is good anyway. If who wants to try it? What were we saying about crypto?
Yeah, so crypto, I just don't really have the time to do all that research to learn the like market in terms of short-term gains. Yeah, I'm sure I could definitely do it, and like Scott and all that are sort of into that. Yeah, I'm more of a long-termer, so I've just like slammed all my money in a couple good coins. Yeah, and I'm just I watched it plummet like because a month ago.
Did you put in money before it plummeted?
Yeah, so I put in money. I was sort of lucky, so I put in money at like. It was at what I was in Solana was at 116 USD. Yeah. And I put majority of my money in around there. Yeah. It got all the way to like 250 USD, and I basically watched my money double, and I was like, "Holy shit,
this is crazy!" It's crazy because you're not doing anything.
Yeah, it's like too good to be true.
You refresh your computer, and you've just doubled your money.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like,
and then so probably like a month and a half ago, it sort of started to. There was a bit of a drop in the market.
Yeah. And huge drop, hey, 40%, something.
Yeah, something like that, and it dropped back all the way down to like. I think it got to like 85.
Yeah, okay.
And now it's back up around like 100, 110.
It would have been a good time for, say, me, who I don't have any money in crypto, to buy it when it was really low, like now even. Yeah.
I put in another like 10 Gs when it got low. Yeah, because I was like, fuck, this is like half price basically. Yeah, and it's projected to get to like 500 within the next 5 years.
I think it's crazy that you can do the whole NFT crypto thing and make as much money as people make in a year in like a week, 2 weeks, a month, whatever. Nuts, so honestly, I highly suggest to anyone
at least do some research.
Look into it, man. It takes spend an hour a day for a week doing some research, watch some podcasts, listen to some people talk about it, how it works, because I think it's very overwhelming when you hear, it's just confusing because it's not something physical you have, and that's what people struggle to get their heads around, I think. So do a bit of research on it. But if you're working like a shitty 9 to 5 you hate, honestly, that's what I would be doing.
Yeah,
I'd investing my money
at
straight
work,
in crypto.
like, yeah, looking into it.
It's the future, man. Honestly.
Yeah.
Well, so there you go. Josh also asked, go over PCT. So if you guys that don't know, post-cycle therapy is taken often if you're doing like cycles of gear. So say you're doing 10 weeks on, 10 weeks off, 12 weeks on, 12 weeks off, whatever. Do you want to go over that?
Yeah, well, I'm not a huge brainiac when it comes to the PCT because that's not what I'm doing. But so if you weren't aware, there's obviously PCT where you cycle on, cycle off, and basically just like fluctuate between on gear and off.
Yeah. The healthier way.
Yeah, but which isn't really...
I don't really agree with that.
Yeah, not really the healthy way because you're sort of going extreme to extreme with your hormones. You go from like being Superman to being fucking homeless basically in terms of hormones.
Yeah. And that's where sides can come in as well.
Yeah.
Like I touched on in a previous podcast, like my first like cycle, I used PCT, which was like the safest option. But my test dropped so low, my estrogen dropped high, all my hormones are out of whack, and that's when you can get sides. So,
and for people like us that are sort of, well, I mean, not anymore because of Accutane, but if I hadn't have done Accutane and then something like that happened, I'd be like riddled with acne.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, like I said, I got it all over my back and chest and stuff, and I already had acne before. That wasn't the sole reason, but it definitely didn't help.
Yeah.
So it's probably, in our opinion anyway, safer to blast and cruise.
I think if you plan on like cycling gear, you're way better off just staying on and coming back to like a TRT level.
Yeah, for sure.
Because if you just keep like skyrocketing your levels, plummeting them, plummeting, it's just I can't imagine all that stress on the body being great for it.
And I think everyone's like, you need to come off because it's safe. You know, running 200 or 150 test is safe. Yeah. There's no problem with running that.
My blood work got better onto
exactly
200 test.
It's like, I think everyone...
Which is definitely not promoting gear. Do not do
No, not test. At all. But it's like...
It's very taboo when it... I think there's definitely a safer way to do it.
100%. Yeah. There's a difference between blasting tren and running like TRT levels of tests that you can get prescribed from a doctor.
I think people sort of get it mixed up.
Yeah.
Yeah. They hear steroids and they're just like, nah. But PCT, if you're planning on just doing one cycle, don't do it, that's retarded. But that would be PCT. If you plan on doing multiple, I would just blast and cruise.
Agree. Sure. Next question. So Karen asks, go over PED education from a personal experience. So we're back-to-back PED.
Fuck, man. All right.
So what do you want to... I mean, we've talked about it in the past, your experience. You know, this is still your first cycle and you're still on.
Yeah.
You haven't experienced many sides or anything?
No, none. So I initially, just through experience, all I did was literally like, I think I would have spent maybe 100 plus hours on YouTube.
Yeah.
More plates, more dates was basically the go-to, but then obviously some different people came into that. But it was basically just like reading and watching as much as I could before I made the decision. And then now obviously I have a coach guiding me, which is probably a better option. Yeah. But if you can't afford that, definitely put some time into research. The side effects for me was really only... I ran my test up to 300. I reckon it was 300? Yeah, just to see like where I was at in terms of like where I could go to before I started getting sides. And 300, I started getting itchy nips, which is like a telltale sign for gyno.
Yeah.
So I was like, this ain't it.
That's your limit for now.
Yeah, so I went back down to 250. Luckily, I don't have any gyno.
We both had experience with the tingly nips. It's not a nice feeling. It's itchy, tingly, and you know something's not right. So then it's as simple as that. You know, you're starting to experience these sides, you taper back.
Yeah, you just go back.
It's not rocket science, really.
No. But it's hell weird because now it must be something to do with my body composition. But now I'm at 300 again.
Yeah,
I don't have tingly nips.
Yes, yeah.
It's hell weird, man.
That is weird.
Hell weird.
Is there much of a weight difference from when you were last on 300 versus now? Or
I reckon I'm around the same weight, but I'm probably like 3 or 4% body fat.
I agree.
Lower.
Yeah. You're definitely looking a lot leaner.
Yeah.
And you haven't lost size.
Yeah. I've just sort of recalibrated my composition at the same weight, which has been good.
Yeah. Jake, what do you do when you get bored of eating the same things? Switch it up. Yeah. I don't think there's any reason why you have to stick to chicken, broccoli, and rice.
Yeah, no.
5 meals a day, 7 days a week. It's like, fuck.
No, I just don't eat foods you don't like.
Yeah.
And if you get bored, change it. Yeah.
I think the only time that you need to be doing that is if you're on prep and you're like 2 weeks out and you've got a strict diet that if you change one little thing can fuck up everything.
Yeah. Prep from like, if you're prepping, just suck it up. It's like you're 16 weeks, you decide to do the prep, I just eat the same shit. It'll just be a better result. Your body will process food way better.
Yeah. People that are on prep and they're like, oh, I fucking hate this. This is making me depressed. You're choosing to do this.
You don't have to do it.
You know, I think if you're just doing it for lifestyle, like I am at the moment, I'm not necessarily looking competing. You know, I'll spice up how I have my chicken. I might add like a little bit of a sauce or how I season it. If chicken's getting boring, I don't necessarily do this, but you could switch it to fish. You could go to beef mince. You could go steak. So there's so many different options. Same with carbohydrates. You don't need to stick to the plain boring things. And I think seasoning and sauce, your things.
Yeah,
you know?
Seasoning and sauce is underrated as fuck.
And so even for certain people, like if you're not too serious, you can always get like the oven chicken that you have, like the crumbed fucking one that's got all the nice batter on the side. Like at least you're getting the chicken in there somehow. It doesn't need to be boring. You know,
just find what you like. That's what I do. What my coach does. I'm eating burgers and fucking chicken wraps and shit. And
exactly. It doesn't seem like a diet. It's like, this is nice. And then if you're with a coach who's like, you need to be having oatmeal and then chicken and rice and chicken and rice, find a new coach.
That ain't a new coach.
Should be a bit of variety.
And my coach asks me every week it doesn't physically ask me, but it's in my check-in.
In the check-in, is there anything that you want me to change? Is there anything
what foods don't you like? What foods would you like put in?
Yeah. Cody, would you guys ever take tren?
I'm gonna just be straight up. I probably will be taking tren. I would say. I think it's pretty inevitable in terms of bodybuilding. I don't think I'll be running stupid doses, but
I think if you ran it from a very like 2 weeks, 3 weeks,
it'll be a small period, maybe coming into a show.
Right beforehand.
It might even be more. It could be like fucking 8 weeks. But I'd say I will be taking tren eventually.
Damn, that'd be crazy to see what you look like on tren. I for now no. That may change in the future, but I don't think so. Just because I think if I was competing and doing what Liam is planning on doing, then I would. Because when you're competing at the highest level, you need every advantage possible. And to put this into perspective for those that don't know, say testosterone is 100, okay, 100, and then tren would probably be like 1,000. But 10 times the side effects as well. So it's like you're increasing the amount of muscle that you can build, but you're also increasing the side effects. So it just it kind of evens out a bit. But if you're looking, to get some results really fast, then that's often what people do. But definitely don't recommend it for anyone unless you're like competing or you're taking it real serious.
And if you're not competitively bodybuilding, it's probably not worth it. I think it has some it can have nasty mental sides. Yes.
This one guy, I'm not going to name names, said like he was taking it and he would feel like a god among peasants. Like his mindset was like, I'm better than absolutely every single person in here, and there's nothing you can say or do to change that. But then he would get super anxious and doubt himself and get paranoid and be like, are you looking at me weird? And it's like, I don't know if I want to
create crazy situations in your own mind. I think,
but you can always, like for you, you can always try it and see how you go.
I think I'll be if I was to guess, I would say I think I'd be okay mentally.
I think so too.
Do you plan on, because obviously you're just doing a low dose test now, do you plan on ever touching any other compounds?
I'd look into it, but I think for now, with what I'm doing, I don't need to. Like I was definitely open to it when I was considering competing and stuff and trying to obviously compete at a high level. Like I say, you do need to look into other things as well. But if I'm making progress and I'm feeling good just taking low dose tests, and I'm just going to stick with that. I don't think I need, I think how I'm looking now and the progress that I'm making now is sufficient enough for me to be happy.
100%.
To not have to, I'm not like, I fucking hate my body, I need to take this and this. And the only reason I would be if I was doing what you were doing. Like it's super fair. If you want to fucking become a pro, man, you got to do what you got to do.
Exactly right.
We thought we'd talk about Melanotan.
Oh yeah.
Do you want to? So Melanotan 2 or MT2.
I don't know. Am I even looking at tan right now?
You are.
I am. Yeah. I'm sort of just getting used to the color. Like I might be getting anorexia, I think.
I saw a photo. I was looking at my old IG, or my old gallery.
Yeah.
And it was when Morgs and Josh came here last, which would have been October.
Yeah.
And we had photos together. Bro, you looked like a different man.
Yeah, I know.
Your hair was shorter and you were white. And I didn't even realize the transition since I see you every day.
Yeah.
But looking back, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, you are so much darker now.
Yeah.
Like,
it's hell weird, eh? I sort of every day I wake up and I'm just like, fuck. Am I getting pale again?
Nah.
But I think it is just, I'm just getting
bro.
used to it. Yeah.
It's in your head.
But MT2, fuck. What can we... So basically, I looked into MT2... maybe 3 years ago, or 4 maybe, because I've just been pale my whole life. As a child, when I was out in the sun heaps, I was tan.
Yeah, you did.
I do
tan.
The
photos, you look dark.
Yeah, I do tan, but I never really get out in the sun. I work 2 till 10 p.m. every day, so the sun really isn't.
And in Adelaide, I know this is like this everywhere, but in Adelaide, it's hot at 3 and 4.
Yeah,
it's
like
really fucking hot.
From 2 till 5 is like the hottest part of the day.
Yeah.
So yeah, this year I was like, well, if you haven't done research on MT2, don't do it if you plan on doing it, because it is scary as fuck. Have you ever read up on it?
Yeah, so that's what put me off on it, because as you guys probably know, like I've done the fake tanning thing, the sunbeds thing. I do get naturally really dark, but you know, I'm working in the gym. Like I don't really have a lot of time to be going outside. I do go to the beach heaps, but yeah, in summer when I get a little bit darker compared to winter, I'm like shades significantly whiter. So I've looked into it, but as soon as I googled it, I was like, fuck no.
It's not a good read. I can't even remember some of the things, but I remember it being fucked because it put me off it the first time.
It says cancer and whatever, but you search up, I've got a sore throat, it's throat cancer. Do you want to just explain what it actually is?
So MT2 or Melanotan 2 is a peptide that basically forces your body to produce more melanin. So people who are darker in skin have more melanin than people who are paler, and people who are paler physically can't produce as much melanin. So like me versus you produce more melanin. But now I just like chemically produce melanin.
And the thing that we talked about the other day, which I think is crazy, is that that's carried on, that's in your genetics now.
It's fucking wild.
So Liam's genetics now, more melanin
is produced.
More melanin produced, so his children will be darker.
Yeah, should be tanner. Yeah,
and
the fucking wild thing is, so before I got on, because I don't pin it every day anymore, I pin it once a week. When I was pinning every day, my hair, like my facial hair, started going black. Instead of like usually I have like white, red, and brown. And now it's actually black.
Fuck. Yeah. So it's pinned sub-Q, so subcutaneously. You just in here?
I just pinch my stomach.
So you pinch your stomach a little bit, and it just goes very, very.
It's literally like a 5mm needle.
So it's just in the stomach. You pin a little bit, but produces more melanin, so he can get darker quicker. And since I've known him, like
I'd be 10 shades darker from me.
He's like 10 shades darker. So much darker. And every day I see him, he's a little bit darker. So are you planning, so you've tapered back now, so you were doing it every day, but now you're doing it how often?
Once a week.
So
I go to the beach or I tan out the back of my house once a week, and I pin 15 minutes beforehand.
So say you stop now, how does that work? Do you keep to tan?
I think so. My base color will always be darker now. But I would definitely go back to being less tan.
Okay.
But the thing is, like, all I have to do, I only go out in the sun like once a week. And I just get significantly darker that day. And then progressively throughout the week, it gets a bit lighter, lighter. One day, tan.
You found out about it through James?
Well, initially I found out about like 4 years ago, and I was like looking into it. But I was too scared to do it, and then it just became like mainstream nearly.
It did, everyone takes it now. And you look, so you probably ask like why do you tan, why do you fake tan, whatever. You look significantly better when you're darker.
I honestly look
you look more aesthetic, you look leaner, and I reckon you look bigger. And it's like for photos and stuff when we're trying to get content.
For something we're doing,
You look, it's all appearance based, and small things that you can do to make yourself look bigger or leaner or better, you're going to do. And since you've started doing this, the photos we take now are just
way better.
So much better.
Tenfold better.
Yeah.
And it's like even under like some lighting, if you're held pale, it's hell hard to get the photos right because I'm so washed out because of how pale I am.
Yeah.
So it's like you can't see anything. Like
exactly,
it's just a blank.
Yeah.
You just see a big like
with a little bit of shape. You don't see the cuts and insertions and stuff like you do.
So the tan helps with that. And then I think it honestly just makes you more handsome.
Yeah,
I'm bulking right now. I don't feel that great about my fucking moon head. So a tan is just like,
dude. What who looks sick now is Weston.
Yeah.
He had the same
skin type as me. Yeah,
he was so light, and now he's dark. His cheeks
shredded as well.
Like,
yeah, he just looks like
sick.
a handsome man.
Yeah. Sorry, it's okay.
Yeah.
Is Lex running MT2?
Yeah, I believe he is. Or either MT2 or he's just sunbedding. But
I know he's sunbedding for sure. But I wonder because he's looking a lot darker.
Yeah, he's looking good. A tan just makes everything better. I believe. Like surely.
I'm not ruling it out, doing it. Yeah. But I know it's fine, but I just say a little bit.
The Google search is scary.
Yeah, it is.
When I was doing it like this, when I actually decided to do it, I was like, okay, I've forgotten about everything, I'm just going to do it.
Yeah.
And I was lucky because I know some of the side effects is like, what are they? You can get like, I get a little bit of nausea if I pin a little too much. So you only pin like, if any of you know what an insulin syringe is, it's like 0.1 on the insulin syringe.
And if you fuck up insulin like by doing too much, you fuck yourself.
Yeah,
so are you being super, super careful with how much you're doing?
Bro, at the start I fucked up so bad. Right. I was using a 3mm pin.
Yeah.
And because it's so inaccurate, I finished a bottle, like a little 2mm thing of Melanotan, which now this one has lasted me over 3 months. I finished one in a month.
Wow. So you were double dosing?
Yeah, I was accidentally double dosing.
Fuck.
Yeah. So but I didn't get any sides.
Yeah.
I still get the same.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, I still get the same, like a little bit nausea after pinning for like 15 minutes.
What's Christo think of it? She doesn't care?
I mean, she doesn't like needles, so she's not a huge fan, but I think she doesn't mind me tan.
Yeah. She wouldn't be complaining.
Yeah. But then, you can get like, you know when you take too much niacin in a pre-workout and you get a flush?
Oh, it's horrible.
So you can get that as a side effect. Thankfully, I don't get that. I hate that feeling.
Yeah, it's such a bad feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And honestly, I don't really remember any other side effects, to be honest. But I don't get them, so I don't care.
Exactly, yeah.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Well, now you're tan, man. So,
I can't complain.
Okay, so favorite thing about your body and least favorite thing about your body. So what's your weakness and strength? Let's go over muscle wise. So strongest and weakest, and then go over favorite and least favorite in terms of your overall body.
All right.
So favorite thing about your body. Favorite thing about your body and a muscle, like favorite muscle.
Chest.
Yeah.
I think I can safely say chest is my best body part.
I'd lock in delts for sure.
Yeah.
Least favorite thing, muscle wise.
Biceps.
Okay, I'll go hamstrings.
Yeah.
Or weakest probably. Yeah. Okay. Favorite thing about your physique overall? It could still be chest, but it could be something like eyes, fucking hair, whatever.
I feel like
at the moment skin.
Yes, tan. But favorite thing about my body is just how it is. Like I'm pretty happy with how it sits, how everything fucking flows together.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Yeah. I think I'm just pretty overall. As much as I hate myself in a bulk, like I think,
pretty well balanced.
I was pretty lucky, so I can't complain about it too much.
Yeah, I'd either go height or jawline.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Right.
So I like having like a relatively lean face. I don't really get blown.
Do you ever get a fat face?
I have.
You have?
I showed you that. Remember that photo?
But your jawline still looks sharp.
It is still there for sure. But
my man's got that right angle, the 90 degrees
from the side, bro. It's just like this, but then not as much front on. But that's probably for me. But in terms of weaknesses, your biceps have come up, and I don't even think I was surprised you said it was a weakness. But now that I think about it, I don't really know what else would be a weakness.
Probably would be another one.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
I think calves are big, like not big, but like they're well sized. And so are my biceps. To be honest, it's just the insertions of them.
Yeah,
my calves are high, which does look good in some poses, but I'd cut them off like low fucking.
As we have been training like lately with biceps and stuff, I'm seeing it become a lot more thicker.
Yeah.
So like we were talking about the other day. So for example, I'm standing like this, there's a gap for me where they haven't really filled out. They might look good from the side, but not from the front. Yeah. So now when I saw Liam the other day, they actually look really filled out.
Yeah, they're starting to like thicken up a bit, which was always my issue. I was the same because we're like taller, longer people.
Longer limbs.
The arms like you stand next to someone, they look fine because you sort of get a bit of a reference. Yeah. But like when you stand alone,
I think filling them out is hard when you've got longer limbs. It's like everything. But I think, like we've talked about in the past, it always looks way better when they are filled out.
For sure. So, my biceps aren't small. No, they're just not great shaped for bodybuilding. Yeah, I should say. Because by my side, if I'm just standing by my side trying to look aesthetic, they're fine. Yeah, it's when I like put my arms up.
I get you.
That's the issue.
For me with hamstrings, like I've always had like so what happens is I've got really small ankle joints, really small knee joints. So from the back, because my hamstrings aren't filled out, the whole posterior chain of my leg isn't filled out because I've got a lot of gap around the knees. Yeah. So it's like, fuck, like I need to prioritize them a little bit more. Like I'm going to go and train legs after this and just do like pretty much all hamstrings. Yeah. Something that I've struggled to grow really, but what do you think's the best exercise for me to... Like, do you RDL? We don't now.
No, I don't RDL. I did for a while, but I'm really weak in pulling movements, especially pulling from the floor. And I don't think that's how do I explain it? I don't think that's an issue with form or that's body parts weak for me. I think I'm just not really built for pulling from the floor. Like I got long legs, shorter arms. Well, not short arms, but compared to my legs, shorter. Yeah. And I got a shorter torso, so pulling from the floor and squatting and shit like that just never worked. I really like just seated and lying ham curl, to be honest. I get a real good connection with those.
I might just blast them out. I think like we've talked about in the past, excuse me, a lot of people overcomplicate it too much. I think today I'll just go in and I'm going to do a lot of leg curl. So I need to fill out the glutes, hamstrings. Calves are okay. I like my shape, but they need a bit more size. Yeah, they just need more size. And quads are getting there, but what can you do?
Yeah, it is what it is. Just keep on grinding.
Quickfire 5. Okay, so let's quickly go over these. Okay, do aliens exist? Yes or no? Yes, agree. If you don't think they do, you're absolutely fucking stupid. I'm sorry, but with the amount of what's like so many universes and so
we're like one of a billion galaxies.
So if you think there's nothing out there apart from us, you're very naive. Top 3 supplements, not PED.
Protein.
Specific protein?
Just protein in general, like a protein supplement, whey, pea, soy. Fuck, you put me on the spot. Pre-workout if you need it, I suppose. Top 3, that's so hard.
There's not three that I like.
I don't really. What do I use? Carb powder in a bulk.
Yeah. No, that's actually probably my 3 too. Definitely a protein powder. A pre-workout I think is necessary for certain days, but not going too hard with it. Intra-carbs, whether you're getting that through Powerade or whatever, but a carb powder is...
Actually, carb powder is really underrated. Yeah. In terms of like bulking. Because it just makes my day so much easier.
I used to have a Gaspari... I don't know what it's called, a Gaspari carb powder. Yeah. And it was like 60 grams carbs per serve or something fucked. And I would take double dose, but it would make me feel horrible. Yeah. So that's why it's good that we're taking, what's that thing that I have now? Stamin-Up or something? Staminate? Staminate's pretty good. Yeah. Or Powerades. Yeah. Top 3 supplements that you don't like. So worst 3 supplements.
BCAAs.
Yeah.
Pre-workout.
Yeah.
And fat burners.
Yeah.
Fat burners can be good, but in what they're sold for.
100%. I think people think it's like a magic formula. When I used to work at a supplement store, people would come in all the time and be like, like I'm taking this fat burner. Why am I not losing all this weight? And I'm like, holy shit. I said to this guy one time, how's your diet? How's your nutrition? He used to only walk. He said his eating was pretty bad, but he's taking a fat burner, so why am I not losing weight? Bro. I'm like, bro, this isn't like fucking PED. It's like
the amount of people I have that walk in to the gym and say, oh, will this like burn the fat off my stomach?
Would they think it can target a certain area?
Yeah.
I want to lose it here, but I don't want to lose it on my ass. It's like, the other one I don't like is test boosters.
Oh,
like over-the-counter test boosters. Like we used to sell them, and I would sell them, but deep down I'd feel bad because I'm like, these guys are coming in here thinking it's like a PED, like thinking this is like the safer equivalent of like test.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck, man, like you're probably getting 0.1% of what steroid test is.
Yeah. If that.
It's not, not good. Biggest fear or fears? It can be multiple.
Spiders, for sure.
But yeah, and we both live in Australia.
Yeah.
I was walking, so two things. I was walking across Steph's kitchen 2 nights ago, and so Steph's light, you flick it and it like takes a second and then it flickers and then it turns on. It's a little bit old. So I was walking in the kitchen to grab a glass of water, take a few steps onto the lino, flick the light, it goes flick, flick, and as it's flicking I look on the ground and see something running, and I'm like, fuck, but it's still flicking and it's not turned on. And it turns on and it's a fucking redback. And this redback, I sprint to the other side of the kitchen and the redback charges at me. It starts running at me and I just fucking high jump over the guy. Bro, I'm just jumping in the kitchen. Fucking redback is running at me. It freezes and I was like, Steph, grab the fucking jandal. And I grabbed the back and fucking smashed it. But I've seen like some big boys lately.
Yeah. Were you scared of spiders before you came to Australia?
Yeah, fuck yeah. In NZ, the only one that's pretty dangerous is a whitetail. Yeah. And that's just like...
I've been bitten by a whitetail.
They're pretty brutal. Yeah. Like you swell
Have you ever been bitten?
Pus. No, but my sister has.
Yeah. But it's hell weird. Because I got bitten probably when I was like 18, 17. And for some reason, every year, once or twice a year, a bite just shows up on your body.
Wow.
Like you don't have to get bitten, just randomly you'll get like the same infection somewhere.
Was it pussy?
Yeah, it's like a big pus ball. Like it looks like a huge
like it hasn't even like left your system.
Yeah, it's hell weird. I don't know if it's an actual thing. I'm pretty sure someone told me about it, saying like, yeah, you get bitten by a whitetail and you're likely going to get the same infection like once a year.
What? Is that the only one you've been bitten by?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know if this is an Australian thing. Did your like dad or mum, if they killed a spider, did they actually like chase you around with it and scare you with it?
No.
Fuck. Because my dad would. I reckon that's why. I reckon I had dads that have arachnophobia, and it's because my dad would like kill a spider and then jokingly chase me with it to try and scare me.
Bro, that's a dog move.
Yeah, bro. I reckon he dead set gave me arachnophobia because of that. Now, like, I'm literally like petrified of any spider. Daddy long legs, doesn't matter. Yeah. Like, I just cannot deal with spiders.
I didn't move here. Like, the reason I didn't move here sooner, well, one of the reasons was because I was scared of spiders, and I was just. And my family that are in Perth and some friends that I have would like say all these stories about how they would see these big fuck off spiders on the wall and shit, and I was like, fuck that.
Is there huntsmans in NZ?
No.
Have you seen a huntsman here yet?
Yeah.
How far?
Yeah, they're huge. I told you about the spider in my bed. Have I talked about it on here?
No, I don't think you have.
Okay. My bad if I've already said this, but I was getting into my bed and I always have my LED lights on, and then I'll turn my LED lights off when I go my phone, like finish on my phone. And the LED lights were off, and I had my room light on. And I was like, "Fuck it, I'm just going to turn the room light off right away." Yeah. And I go to turn the room light off, and just randomly, I just glance at my bed, and on my bed is like probably like that big spider just sitting where I would have had my back.
That's fucked.
And I obviously sleep with just my fucking jocks on. Yeah. And I would have straight up lay on this huntsman.
That's fucked.
And bro, I freaked the fuck out, called Maddie and Sam, and it ran away and I couldn't find it. And I stripped my bed, I fucking lifted my bed up, and we tried to find it for ages. And I think I killed it, but I don't really know. Like, you know when you hit it and it runs?
Yeah. So you don't actually know where that spider is?
Yeah, it was about 4 months ago now, 4 or 5 months ago.
Bro, there's like big huntsmen just chilling in your room somewhere, bro.
And then Maddie's like, yeah, bro, it's only winter now, eh? Like, wait till it's like summer. It's going to get way worse. And I'm like, fuck.
It gets so bad.
But so for me, spiders, I fucking hate roller coasters.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I don't like anything where you're falling too fast or in a small space. So Maddie's job as a pilot, He's been trying to get me to come on this small plane with him.
We can do sort of like tricks and shit.
We fucking aerobatics, and even if it's just like going in the small plane, for me it's being in a confined space up really fucking high.
Yeah, that is pretty scary.
It's sketchy, and roller coasters where you just suddenly drop, your stomach drops.
I'm not a huge fan of roller coasters, but I don't think I'm fearful of them.
Yeah. Like Sam and I were having this talk the other day. He's like, just fucking do it, you fucking pussy. Get on the plane. He won't even watch a horror movie.
Oh, for real?
So like, he's giving me all this shit about not wanting to get in this fucking plane with Maddie. He can't watch a fucking fake movie. Yeah. All right. So Sam, fuck you if you listen to this. But everyone has different fears, regardless of what it is, and you can't compare one fear to another. Like, is there anything else for you? Like fucking
sharks. I'm slightly scared. I'm not like, I don't know, it's weird about sharks. I'm hell interested in them. Yeah. But they just scare the fuck out of me.
They are sketch. Twice now I've been at the beach and probably, 20 meters in the water, the fucking helicopter has gone past and starts circling and sirens come on and it's like, fuck. It's like 20 meters in the water. Yeah, there's a fucking shark pretty much right in front of where we are.
That's fucked.
And so they come up quite high here in Adelaide.
Yeah, like there was one at Grange that was like, which is where I usually go. There was one spot at Grange like a month ago, and it was literally at knee depth.
That's fucked.
Yeah. Not cool.
Yeah.
Not cool. I used to be so fearless though. Like me and my mates used to swim out like 100 meters, bro. Like,
fuck. Probably not thinking. No, you look back at it.
I had no idea. I just swim out. When I was doing it at the time, I think I was sort of like, this is pretty sketch, but yeah. Now there was no chance I'd be doing that.
Yeah, fuck, that is sketch. Another question: fake tanning, yes or no? Let's go like fucking spray tan, sunbed, whatever.
So I've used probably this time last year. Actually, I started using a solarium.
Yeah,
and I got pretty tan.
Yeah,
but I just didn't have easy access to it. I had to like go to some random person's house, knock on the door, and be like, "Hey, yo."
Because aren't they like illegal now?
Yeah, 100%. So. Yeah, if I had one, bro, I'd be using it every day. But for ease of access, it's just not ideal. And then I've also used. Have you ever used like the tanning moisturizer?
Yes.
I like it was like a gradual tan or some shit. I used that maybe like a couple of years ago.
Yeah. I have some of that somewhere.
Yeah. So I'm all for it, bro.
Like we talked about before, I think a lot of people probably don't realize it's for fucking girls. Like, it's not. Like when you're trying to create content and your brand revolves around how you're looking, it's like you want to try to look the best you can. I've done spray tanning, I've done the rub-on shit, and I've done the sunbeds. I did the sunbeds in NZ a bit, but now when I moved here I couldn't find anyone that we could do them through, and everyone was like, it causes cancer and whatever.
I think
everything causes
cancer. The sun here is going to cause cancer.
I think everything in moderation. Like,
if you're going in, I go to the beach like 6 hours, bro. If I go to the beach, if I go to a sunbed for 10 minutes, I'm 100% sure the sunbed for 10 minutes is better for me.
100%. I agree fully. Is there anything else you want to talk about? Like any plans you have, any questions you have for me? Because that's all the questions we have for today.
How long have we been going?
43 minutes.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. What's the plan for the next? So we got Pod 5 coming up. I think that's with Taylor.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do now is when we have guests on, we're going to have them here.
Yeah, physically.
Because we found it was super hard we had to link up Morgs and Josh's audio with the camera and then our audio with the camera and then put it side by side and sync it up.
And then we just had like issues with editing and shit. It was just
too hard. Yeah. So when Taylor's here,
it'll physically be here.
It's going to be us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be us here. And then we're also I thought I'd ask you guys, leave a comment below if there's something you're interested in. Pump Talk apparel. So we briefly touched on that last episode. Yeah. But pretty much this shirt here, it's like an oversized, there's a few different colors. Yeah. We'd be getting something simple here. We'd just brainstorm, just Pump Talk here. And then very, very limited supply for those who just want to support.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rep the talk.
Yeah, rep the talk. Yeah, so that's what we're going to look into. We do apologize for last week. There's, like Liam said before, a few editing issues, and it's hard sometimes getting everything done on time. But what we're going to do from now on is podcast every second Monday, and we're gonna have till Wednesday night to get it up because it's hard with you working and stuff late at night.
It's difficult.
So it's like fuck. So episodes every Wednesday night, every second Wednesday night, I'll say. A few more guests on. We're going to get Riley and Scott on at some point as well. Yeah, and go through there.
Yeah, I feel like if we go like guest, just ask guests, just ask guests. It'll
and work out. Leave questions in the comments and stuff because we're always looking for more questions.
Yeah, whatever you guys want us to talk about, just fucking ask.
Yeah.
Pretty happy to go about basically anything.
I don't want to copy what. Do you know Fuad Abiad?
Yeah.
I don't want to copy what he does, but he does this thing where he like rates physiques.
Yeah, I'd be down for that.
We could do some sort of thing where we put a physique up on the screen and we talk about strengths, weaknesses, what we think they should work on, and we could go through that. So if that's something you want to see as well, we're going to do that. And last thing is we need to do the eating challenge. I forgot about that until maybe 2-3 days ago. If you're still down, we should do it.
Yeah, for sure.
What do we say, 5k cal in one meal?
Yeah.
Fuck, that's going to be brutal.
Fuck, man.
And it's no liquid.
Bro, I had burgers the other day. I couldn't even get through them.
Yeah, I saw you.
2 burgers, couldn't do it.
Yeah, they look pretty good. Where's that from?
Benny's. Benny's American, yeah.
Is that in...
I think there's multiple. Yeah, there's one in Norton, but we're in the city. Yeah,
that's right, yeah. So we're going to get that up. So, thanks for watching. This has been Pump Talk number 4. We're 45 minutes into it now, so we'll call it there. Yeah. So leave a like and comment. Check out the social media, and we'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
You.
All right, peace.
Let's do it.